Hey guys, Fusa here from Get Found with Views, and today I want to share 5 tips for Showit 5 SEO. Now, this is for the Showit user who either is considering switching to Showit 5 platform and is concerned about their SEO, or for the Showit user who already has crossed over to the other side and is using the Showit 5 platform but is unsure about SEO, where to fill it out, and what to do. I know there's going to be some really great information out by the Showit team, some guides that they're working on, but I figured I would go ahead and answer a few basic questions and based on my opinion and my understanding to help you guys out with this transition or to help you make the decision for yourself. So we're going to be talking about 5 tips on how to work on your Showit 5 SEO. Tip number 1 is definitely going to be you have to sit down and make the decision if you're going to continue having a multi-page site versus a one-page layout. I understand that the beauty of Showit 5 is this beautiful long one-page layout. I think it's gorgeous, it's mobile responsive, and in that case, user friendliness, that gets an A+. But from a SEO standpoint, even Google and the SEO experts say that standalone pages are great for one project or for a new site, but in the long run, it's not great for, in my opinion, service-based entrepreneurs like we are. So if you're a wedding photographer, you're really not just trying to get rankings for weddings, but you're also trying to get ranking for engagement, and you're trying to be ranked for venues and other things. Now, I do fully understand that it could still be done, and you could have a one-page site, especially if now you have your blog in your root domain, right? So when you have your domain, which is your site, and your blog as your subfolder, so .com/blog, these two help each other out as far as Google juice is concerned, and that is good. But the problem I still see with that is that some of you're only adding your blog now, so it's definitely lacking any Google juice. And others who've had a blog, if you haven't been optimizing your blog, if it's missing a lot of information, if you haven't optimized your images, if you haven't worked on your local SEO, you could still bring the house down. So if you haven't worked on your local SEO or on your blogging, having those two together and just having one page will not help you with ranking. You could actually see drops in ranking. So let's talk about some solutions, okay? So first of all, I want to show you why I think multi-page is important and the way that Google will index a site and look through a site. So the way Google looks at a site is kind of like a pyramid. It looks at from top to bottom, and then it follows links, right? So usually the most important information is on top because that will be your H1 headings, anything bold, things like your navigation bar. So having your keywords in your page title is important. Your permalink, some people were lucky enough to have a keyword in their domain, or again, a lot of you created pages that had keywords in there like your site.com/wedding gallery, maternity gallery. So that's having the I recommend like using the words like reviews and testimonials and not love notes, because that gets indexed, then that gets followed. So you got to think about it like little search spiders, little robot spiders coming through your site and following these things around. And then in the nav bar, it follows the links, which usually takes them to a new page. In this case, these links are taking them to these little canvas sections, and you could definitely, optimize these sections, but I still prefer a multi-page format because of the way Google really likes organization and structure, and also that it will allow you to rank for different things. Other things that to be considered are your meta descriptions, the content, the text on the site. And someone said, Tobias, I think from Manchester, said, the problem with a lot of you guys is that you didn't have good content to begin with. You're not having text on those gallery pages, so losing that gallery page might be okay for some of you. Then, of course, the blog text and the blog content, because now you guys are uniting your blog with your site if you haven't done so, and you have to optimize your blog. So I do think that one page can be done. I think it could be great for new projects and new sites, but if you're not optimizing your blog, if your blog is brand new, just having a one page and having that blog in the root domain, in my honest opinion, I don't think that really will solve the solution and complaint that some people are saying that they already have seen drops in ranking. So what is the solution? In my personal opinion is I think you should definitely try and keep some of the pages that you had. some main pages. So if you're going from like a 30-page site to a 5-page site, okay, what were the top pages before? Like, were they being ranked before? So trying to keep that same permalink. How can you know? You can actually Google yourself and you can see some site links. Like we did, I posted in the group with one of the photographers, is that when I Google them, their old pages were still showing up because those pages didn't go down. They were still live actually. So in one, and it was good because it was not broken link, but she didn't want that to be showing. She wanted her new beautiful site to be showing. So you could maybe Google yourself and see if any of the old pages are coming up, to see if you could just keep that same permalink, so the .com/ and call the page whatever you were calling it before. This is the exact same thing when you're using the desktop version and you change style group. Every time you change style group, it changes the name of the page. So you want to try and mirror that and keep the same name, okay? So step one, tip one, decide if you want to do multi-page versus one page. I'm going to put two great examples in the comment here, which is the Autumn Rabbit and the other guy that, Tobiah, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Their sites are lovely. Their sites are the Showit 5 and they have pages, and their on-site optimization looks really good and very organized, and it's very user-friendly. Those are the two sites I recommend you guys look at so you can inspire yourself when it comes to SEO. Tip number 2 is you have to find out where the new SEO section is located in your Showit 5 site. So some of you might have really just set this up back in the day and kind of forgot about it, and then you switch, or even if you do new style group, then you're yanking all your SEO juice from the back end and you have to put it back. So maybe even copying and pasting your page titles and descriptions, which you definitely should be filling out for each page. So the first thing you want to do is go to site settings and make sure your description here for site name, which is your page title, is filled out. So then you hit on the page and you're going to go here on the right side and find where it says advanced settings. Now, what I've noticed is that once you do this for one page, it's automatically filling out for the rest of the pages. So you have to go through, if you do have a few pages, you want to make sure that you go through the pages and it has the correct site title and description, right? So if this page was about, let's say maternity, then it's maternity related keywords from an SEO title. And remember, your SEO title should be about 60 characters and not very long. Then the SEO description is like your meta description. So what is this page about? Here, keywords is just keywords by comma. So it's very similar to what you should have done in your desktop version. And now you want to transfer over here to your Showit 5 version. So that's tip number 2 is fill out your site settings, make sure you have a Google Analytics ID in there, and find the new SEO section. Tip number 3 is going to be checking for broken links. Now, a lot of people are complaining about broken links. You really want to do a 301 redirect. And you also want to sign up for what's called Google Search Console, which used to be the old Google Webmaster Tools. Google Search Console will let you know about any broken links. And I know Showit is working on them doing the redirects for you guys. So I know they've been really busy. So get on chat to sign up for the Google Search Console, which is kind of like setting up your Google Analytics. You just got to follow their instructions on how to do it. The Google Search Console will tell you about errors. So the difference between Google Search Console and Google Analytics is that Google Analytics analyzes more your user experience, the visitors that visit your site. And the Google Search Console analyzes how your site is being indexed by the search engine. So if there's any errors, if your site goes down, then you'll have, all these errors about broken links. So if you want to find out about your broken links on your Showit site, you definitely have to sign up for the Google Search Console. All right, tip number 5, you need to still worry about the regular SEO stuff as far as organization. This is by far my favorite Showit 5 site that I've seen so far, because what Tobiah has done is has added pages, has been faithful here to the layout, and has added really great content for his audience, okay? So, one thing here, view the images. He has text over here, featured wedding photography over here, which I love, okay? So when I click on this, He has best of. He also has some wedding venue info, which I think is fantastic. Wedding photography portfolio. He has on-page text. Then he breaks it down by here. I'm not saying you need to break it down by here, but it's short, interesting how he does it, you know? And it's still on the same page, but he has text in there. Then my favorite part is here. So if you go back home and then you click on the info, it takes you to these here. These are pages that he's created, okay? So I love how kind words, if you click on it, it's hissite.com/reviews. Wedding planning tips, how to choose your wedding photographer. Hello, that is something that people search for. That is what I call a content page. So if you're looking for inspiration as far as SEO, this is it. This is the best site I've seen. They are just fantastic with their text. So text is really important. So you have to add valuable text, and you want to break out your pages accordingly. Don't be afraid of pages because you could still follow the same layout. So I just wanted to say congrats to Bai. I love your site. I love your sections, how you set it up. You know, I love how you, in your contact page and your about page, you talk about like where you're located. So I just love it. Look, about us, talking about the location. So it's husband and wife. So Tobiah and Laura, congratulations. Okay, then investment, then contact. I just like featured wedding venues, guys. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I preach all the time. So he made a dedicated page optimizing for that wedding venue. So this is what I mean by like, there's so many ways to rank. There's so many ways to rank. So don't get stuck on just one keyword, okay? Last but not least is you have to work on your blog optimization. There are a lot of people just starting to blog now, or maybe you've had your blog. You have to learn how to optimize your images for SEO. Use the Yoast SEO plugin, which is the best tip I could tell you right now. And make sure you're filling out the alternative text in your images when you upload them. Why I kind of recommend you uploading less images also to, you know, make your site, the site speed is really important. Definitely have your blog be mobile optimized too, which if you're using Showit, that will be done for you. But you still want to log into your WordPress and use the plugins and optimize your posts accordingly. So that's it. Those are my 6 tips that I have for you if you're working on your Showit 5 SEO. Again, they're going to have definitely better guides, better tips in the near future. I just figured this would be like a quick start guide to help you as you transition or if you're considering transition. Thank you so much. And as I always say, now go get found.